If you're looking for an experience, please give me a call.
Hey, bro, watch your jet. Watch your jet, bro. Watch your jet!
The Eighth Amendment states that excessive bail shall not be required, nor excessive fines imposed, nor cruel and unusual punishments inflicted. A majority of the Founding Fathers were very afraid of creating a federal government that was too powerful in writing the Constitution, so they included many limitations on the power of the federal government. One of these limitations was the Eighth Amendment. This was added to the Bill of Rights so that citizens of the United States wouldn't have to suffer a cruel and unusual punishment if the government decided to do so. In United States versus Salerno in 1987, Anthony Salerno was a member of the Mafia that was arrested for violating the Racketeer Influenced and Corrupt Organizations Act. After being detained, he was not allowed to post bail on grounds that he was a danger to the community. Salerno challenged the ruling under the premise that not allowing him to post bail violated his Eighth Amendment rights. But the Supreme Court disagreed with Salerno and stated that the excessive bail clause of the Eighth Amendment does not promise the right to bail in every case, and that the only limitation placed on bail is that it cannot be excessive. In United States versus Weems in 1910, Paul Weems was an officer of the Bureau of Coast Guard and Transportation in the Philippines, and was convicted of falsifying a document with the intent of defrauding the government. His punishment was 15 years in prison of being shackled wrist to ankle and being forced to work hard labor. Weems challenged his punishment as cruel and unusual, and while the lower courts disagreed with Weems, the Supreme Court ruled that such a serious punishment for a minor crime was cruel and unusual. This case was the first time the Supreme Court disagreed with the lower court on the case of violation of the Eighth Amendment, and also established the principle of proportionality, which states that the punishment of the crime should be proportional to the crime committed. In Trop versus Duels in 1958, while on a mission in Morocco in 1944, Albert Trop deserted the U.S. Army. Years later, he tried to get a U.S. passport but was denied based on the Nationality Act of 1940, which said that if a person deserted the U.S. Armed Forces, they would lose their citizenship. Trop filed suit, and the District Court and the Appeals Court for the Second Circuit agreed that Trop was no longer a citizen. But the Supreme Court reversed the decision, saying that removing someone's citizenship amounts to the total destruction of the individual's status in organized society, because it removed all of their rights and was thus a cruel and unusual punishment. In his majority opinion piece, Earl Warren wrote that the amendment must draw its meaning from the evolving standards of decency that mark the progress of a maturing society, in reference to the Eighth Amendment. The statement eventually became the evolving standards of decency principle, which states that what is considered a cruel and unusual punishment should come from society's current standards. One piece of legislation that Congress implemented in support of the right would be the Bail Reform Act of 1984.
Sorry, it was a double flush. I didn't really die.